10 mysterious facts about the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, section of North Atlantic Ocean off North America, in which more than 50 ships and 20 airplanes are said to have mysteriously disappeared. It's one of the world's most popular mysteries. This legendary place was explored by a number of sea travelers and mysteriously, many failed to come back. Reports of baffling incidences in this region date back to the 19th century. Some ships were found abandoned for no obvious reason. Others transmitted no distress signals and were never seen or heard from again. They just disappeared without a word. Many entertaining theories have been made up in tries to answer the question, how does the Bermuda Triangle suck up everything in its path and the poor passengers on board never utter a word? So in this video, we are going to go over the 10 mysterious facts about the Bermuda Triangle. Number 10. One of the most mysterious facts about Bermuda is the disappearance of vessels. Many reasons for this mystery are derived. Vessels could have easily been overcome by giant and unexpected rogue waves. Rogue waves are steep and tall, like walls of water, and they often hit unexpectedly. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the tip of South Africa, for example, is very prone to them, where waves from storms in the South Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Southern Ocean all come together at once. This also holds true for the Bermuda Triangle, where storms can come from all directions, like Mexico, the equator, and farther east in the Atlantic. If each wave can reach over 30 feet, 10 meters tall, occasionally they can coincide at the right moment and create a rogue, or freak wave, that can be over 100 feet, 30 meters, high. Number 9. Amongst the mysterious disappearances that happened in the region, it's necessary to include these two events. A shadowy scene that spiked up excitement in the world happened in June. 20th of June provoked more curiosity for the world when the first ever Hyper PA airplane disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. The plane had 3 unfortunate passengers on board, and it was never found. Talking about the next one, a luxury cabin cruiser that belonged to Daniel Burak, a famous hotel owner, went missing and was never found again. Mr. Burak had went on the shores of Miami with his father to enjoy Christmas in 1967. When their vacation hit the tragedy, the shore guard at Miami received a call from Mr. Burak saying that his ship had hit something and he asked to be towed. When the guard arrived to tow Daniel Burak's vessel, they couldn't find Mr. Burak or his father or his ship at the point or even after repeated attempts. The guards weren't able to get in contact with the boat again. The boat, with Burak and his father, disappeared and have never been found to this date. Number 8. So it's also one of the mysterious, or you can say interesting facts, that when and how Bermuda Triangle was discovered. It was initially discovered in the early 1500s by a Spanish explorer named Juan de Bermudez. Bermuda was not settled until 1609, when the British ship, the Sea Venture, wrecked off the reef of Bermuda's shore on its way to Jamestown, Virginia. Number 7. The unusual tales relating to bizarre activity at the Bermuda Triangle include some of the earliest and most renowned stories told by Columbus and his staff. During the first voyage around the Atlantic in 1492, Columbus and his staff reported a number of odd sightings in the Bermudas. The first of these, as they are written in Columbus's logbooks, was the stars up in the sky look as if moving and shifting without restrictions. In another incident, he wrote that while standing on the deck of the ship, Columbus saw a light, like that of a candle, moving upward and down in the distance. When he called for his crew to look at the light, it vanished and then reappeared a number of times in front of their sight. Then the most strange and well-known account of bizarre activity told by Columbus, he recalled a glowing, disc-like object that emerged from the sea and seemingly shot up in the sky. While many modern-day researchers try to justify Columbus's ship, and many others consider that the staff of the Santa Maria encountered UFOs from alien backgrounds and continue to pursue Christopher's accounts as the proof of supernatural activities happening in the Bermuda Triangle. Continue watching the video to check out more mysterious disappearances and bizarre facts. Number 6. On December 5, 1945 in Fort Lauderdale, 5 American Avenger fighter bombers were traveling from an airstrip. The 5 flyers were fully experienced, trained professionals with thousands of hours of flight training under their belt. The Avenger's aircraft was the latest model and was equipped with the entire latest tech. The flight was a pleasant one when suddenly one of the pilots started experiencing his compass malfunctioning. He radioed to his companions about the problem. The pilots radioed back to Fort Lauderdale and informed them of the squadron's equipment malfunction. Another intriguing fact that he added was that he is flying over the Florida Keys, which should be unthinkable, as he and his squadron had flown east in the past half hour. The tower radioed back, requesting the pilot to at once turn north and head for Miami. But the connection between the pilots and the radio tower was cut off. The radio tower members frantically tried to reconnect, but in vain. Number 5. The first man to sail solo around the world in 1895, Joshua Slocum, was considered one of the best sailors of his time. His boat's name was the Spray, which was an old boat that he had rebuilt, and the story of his adventure, sailing alone around the world, is one of the classics in sea literature. The reason for his disappearance at sea was never discovered. In 1999, Slocum had left for the Grand Cayman from the east coast of the United States for the winter. He was never heard from or seen again. His death wasn't declared legally until 15 years later in 1924. No one is certain he sailed in the regions of the Bermuda Triangle, but Bermuda bluffs point to Slocum's story as part of the legacy of the Devil's Triangle. Number 4. If the Bermuda Triangle could swallow entire ships and aircrafts, can it also make a man go mad? Maybe that was what happened to the Kingmouth Electron. In 1969, Daniel Crowhurst, a businessman, set sail from London on October 31, 1968, in a boat featuring his own innovative safety precautions. He was hoping to win the Sunday Times Globe Race. To win it, the contestant must sail solo around the world. An amateur sailor, Crowhurst got the backing of an adamant investor. Crowhurst experienced a slow start and his boat began to have problems. He considered going back home, but instead of traveling home, he sent back reports of an immense success and progress to his publicist. When he finally began his journey home, Crowhurst found out that his closest rival had sunk. His ship, the Electron, was found abandoned in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle in July 1969, with the last words in his logbook dated June 29. Number 3. Another mysterious happening around Bermuda took place in the middle of World War I when a ship named the USS Cyclops, commanded Lieutenant G.W. Worley, held coal for the United States Navy, was stationed normally at the east coast of the United States. In 1918, the lieutenant received orders to go to Brazil to refuel the Allied ships. With more than 300 on board, the ship left Rio de Janeiro in February and reached Barbados in March. After reaching Barbados, it was never heard from again. In its official statement, the United States Navy says, "The disappearance of this ship has been one of the most baffling mysteries in the annals of the Navy. Any attempt to locate her have proved unsuccessful. There were no enemy submarines in the Western Atlantic at that time, and in December 1918, every effort was made to obtain from Germany sources of information regarding the disappearance of the vessel. This incident is known as the single biggest ever loss to the United States Navy history not to involve combat." Number 2. One intelligent answer for the numerous wrecks near the island would be the mysterious and deadly reef framework that encompasses the island. Bermuda has 230 square miles of seaward reefs, multiple times the actual land territory of Bermuda itself. The numerous disaster areas encompassing Bermuda date back to 5 centuries, with 13 authorized significant wrecks since 1940 alone. Bermuda turned out to be notoriously known as Wreck Island of the Western Atlantic. These disaster areas do not exclude various yacht wrecks or between 4 and 6 major boat groundings that are accepted to have occurred during World War II. Considering the unpredictable reef framework alongside the accessible navigational hardware dating back as far as the 1800s, a disaster area inside 1 nautical mile of Bermuda is anything but a counterintuitive supposition. Occasionally, the best neighborhood captains are cautious when moving in and outside the mind-boggling reef framework. Number 1. People tell many different stories about the Bermuda Triangle. According to the Science Channel's claim, a team of scientists from the University of Colorado analyzed satellite images of this famous area and found hexagonal shapes of clouds on them. The meteorologists proposed a theory that the hexagonal clouds might act like real air bombs. People believe that these air bombs are the main cause of disappearance of many ships and aircrafts across the many decades. They can reach more than up to 170 miles per hour and are extremely powerful. These hurricane-force winds are so powerful that they literally blast the air and can make waves of more than 45 feet in length. Not even the finest ships can survive such a typhoon, and no aircraft can withstand such force wind. Clouds are normally cloud-shaped, but looking at the satellite images, the Bermuda Triangle does not follow this rule, as the clouds in the Bermuda Triangle have very straight edges. The report of this theory has convinced many other people to conduct further research. Scientists all over the world are trying to figure out the reason for the breaking of this law of nature. Many stories are hovering around the legends of this area. Nobody is certain about the actual reasons behind the happenings even after years of research and numerous practicals. But hopefully and finally the puzzling secret behind the Bermuda Triangle will be solved. With that being said, here we come to the end of our video. I hope you liked the video. If so, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss any videos. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.